Jesus Christ, really?
Don't forget to become a member of UnrealEntGaming's Patreon for exclusive manga content and early access. Isn't that right, Seth?
I already joined his Patreon today. Tons of great stuff on there, actually. But did you really have to blow up the city?
Yes.
Blew up the domino. You blew up the dominoes and you're laughing. Do you realize the f***ing crisis here?
And you will be next. Unless you subscribe, like the video, and turn on notifications right now.
Or else what? You'll aggressively scream another man's name for several hours?
Kakarot! Kakarot!
You know, I'd be lying if I said that I honestly wasn't looking forward to this, because I actually am, especially with how strong this guy is. And with Dad, Vegeta, and Broly training on Lord Beerus' planet, this just means that I can do as I want without anyone even knowing about what happened here once this guy arrives. And with how skilled he is, maybe I can learn a few things by the end of the day. I can sense a very powerful energy signature nearby, so I think he's here. All right then, assassin. Let's see what you're made of.
As our story now opens up in the middle of nowhere, as it now appears as though Gohan, seemingly enough, is waiting for another individual as Piccolo went on to now join him, in which upon with Piccolo now putting Gohan's actions into question, it was only as Piccolo went on to now find Gohan where Piccolo went on to then comment, "There you are, I've been looking all over for you, Gohan. It's a little strange seeing you out here all by yourself like this," Piccolo continues. "So what exactly are you up to that you wanted me to come and find you all this way for?" Piccolo questions. And don't lie about what it is either, so what's going on? With Gohan responding, "Well, I'm actually really glad that you were able to come and find me considering how far away I am from the others, but it's for a good reason, and so I was hoping that you would come on by and watch me before the fireworks really start going off in a bit, you know?" "Yeah, right. Fireworks," Piccolo says. "Why are you here all by yourself like this? What exactly did you need me to watch that you had to make me come all this way out here for me to observe?" With Gohan responding, "Oh, well, you know what I mean. Anyways, I've been thinking about a lot lately, and I just couldn't help but shake this feeling that I have that I really want to clear up, and so if you're wondering what this is all about, then you're probably right to assume that it's going to be a fight because, well, that's exactly what's about to take place here, only it's really not going to be with you in case you were wondering," with Piccolo responding, "I already figured that part out, but against who? You're not going to try and spar with Goten and Trunks now, are you? Cause they're not ready," with Gohan responding, "Actually, it's not going to be them. In fact, the person who I'm waiting for isn't even from this planet, or this universe even. I just want you to watch and see the areas that I need the most help in once I go and fight this guy when he shows up here, so I'm really excited." What do you mean that he's not from this planet or this universe?" Piccolo questions. "Well, I really don't want to give the surprise away," Gohan continues, "but I think you'll know exactly who once you see his face again, because you've seen this person before, in fact, Piccolo, twice. And I'm really hoping that he could give me a really good fight since he's a very unique warrior as it is, and, well, I've always wondered on what it would be like to fight someone like him, but then, it was only then from out of nowhere to the surprise of both Piccolo and Gohan where both of them had gone as far as to sense something as Piccolo went on to ask, "Gohan, do you sense that?" "Yeah, I do," Gohan responds. "I think he's here." "Oh, and there he is," Gohan says. "Hey, wait a second," Piccolo went on to respond. "I've seen this guy before." "Yes, of course. Have you lost your mind here or what, Gohan? Do you have any idea on who that guy is right there, or have you already forgotten that too? That's Universe 6's legendary assassin Hit. He's the person that you've been waiting for, but why? Why him? With Gohan responding, yeah, he's the guy alright. And no, I haven't forgotten about who he was, which was why I was actually waiting on him, Gohan continues. From all the stories I've heard and all the things that I was able to briefly see during the Tournament of Power, and I've always wanted to test myself against someone like him only because of how skilled he is and the way he fights his opponents. Are you nuts? This isn't the kind of person that you want to be messing around with, Gohan. Of all the warriors that you wanted to provoke into giving you a fight, this is your first pick? He's not just a warrior who battles for the fun of it, Gohan. This guy is a trained killer. His only motive is to single out the person he is after and take them out without a trace. Oh, I know, Gohan responds, which was why I think he's the perfect guy for the job, in fact. But then, it was only just as Hit was now being shown having to approach them where Hit went on to then respond, "It looks as though we have some unexpected company waiting for me. It's been a while since I was here on this planet, but I'd rather not get into telling stories or recapping my visits and get straight to the point. I was hired to come here so that I may single my target out and be done with the mission that I was given," Hit went on to continue, "and so I see that you there are my target, Gohan. And I find it rather interesting that my target would be the son of the man that I briefly killed a long time ago, and so I hope you're ready, because this time around I'll make sure that you don't resuscitate yourself like your father," as Piccolo went on to continue. "No, think about what you're getting yourself into here, Gohan. He clearly isn't here to train with you, so it's obvious on what his intentions are once the two of you start to fight, so it's not too late to call this off," with Gohan responding, "That's right, Hit, I'm the guy you're looking for. Hey, take a breather, would you, Piccolo? There's no need for you to worry here, especially since I'm obviously a lot stronger than I was during the tournament," with Piccolo responding, "No, that isn't the point. The point here is that while you're aiming to test yourself, he will be aiming to kill you. Don't you understand that? This is not a good idea for you to go through with, especially not with him. I don't think there's anything for you to worry about here, Piccolo, and besides, it's why I hired him to come here and try to do after all, so I'm already well aware of that," with Hit asking, "Hold on a minute there, so it was you who hired me to come all this way just to destroy you? This has got to be some kind of a joke, right? First Son Goku and now you? Why would you wager your life just to have me come all this way to eliminate you for?" Hit asks. "Oh, you people here are either extremely foolish or incredibly stupid for choosing to do such things, so I'm only going to ask you one time and one time only. Are you sure that you want to go through with this? There will be no going back if you agree." "Yeah, sorry about that, Hit, but I'm actually serious about hiring you to, well, kill me, since, well, my original plan was to try and get a chance to spar with you, but I'm pretty positive about my decision now that you're here. And I figured that if I were to contact you and ask you to train with me, you'd probably say no, and so, well, here we are. And just so you know, my intention isn't really to kill you or anything, nor am I looking to die myself in the process of our fight, but you can rest assured that I'll still pay you for your services even if you don't get the chance to kill me while you're here. No, I know it's what you want, but you still have time to change your mind here, and so if you really want to go through with this," Piccolo went on to chime back in, "then I'm not going to stop you, but just know that this guy is not like the rest of us that are here on Earth. He's extremely dangerous, so watch it," with Gohan responding, "Well, thanks for the advice in advance, Piccolo, but I've already made up my mind and I really want to do this. From all of the stories that I heard from you guys and with all of the things that I saw Hit do during the Tournament of Power was nothing short of impressive, and so I think that he's the perfect person to help me sharpen my beast form too," as Hit went on to respond, "I don't mean to be rude or anything, but I'd rather not waste my time listening to the both of you talk and would rather want an answer on if we're going to do this. I'm not going to tell you again," as Piccolo went on to then take his leave by telling Gohan, "Well, it's all on you then, Gohan. You better not go and botch this one up, because you aren't going to be getting a second chance from someone like that again. You should already know better by now, and so I'll be watching and monitoring your battle to see what you need to work on and what you're best at. So stay stay alive out there, okay? With Gohan responding, "You got it, Piccolo. Thank you again for helping me through this. I figured that if I were to ask my dad or even Vegeta, that they'd kind of want to push me aside and fight him head on instead of having me do it, so I think it's for the best." With Piccolo responding, "Well, I promise not to say anything to them if they ask about what happened, but in case they end up popping in from out of nowhere, then you're on your own with that one. You know how those two can get, so don't lose your head out there. Good luck," Piccolo says. To which upon Piccolo now being shown having to create distance and watching from afar, that was when Piccolo then went on to say to himself, "Oh, that damn kid's just as crazy as his father for hiring this assassin to come here and battle him. Well, either way, for Gohan's sake, I do hope that he is able to walk away from this fight with his life." "Alright then, Hit. Sorry to keep you waiting for a bit, but I'm ready whenever you are, so let's do this," Gohan went on to respond. "My only request is for you not to take it easy on me because I would really like to see where my skills are compared to someone like you." With Hit responding, "You don't have to worry about me holding back on you during our fights, but I do hope that you know that since you were the one who hired me to do this, I will not be so kind as to spare you. My intention is to do exactly what you paid me to do, and that is exactly what I will do. So now, how are we going to do this? Are you going to be the first to come at me, or would you want me to be the first to come after you?" "Well, since I really want to study the way you move and am curious about the way you fight," Gohan responds, "I don't mind letting you make the first move. I kinda want to see how my strongest transformation will hold up against your deadly abilities and skills," Gohan continues. "Which again, I'm really not here to fight you with the intention to kill you, but since I know that you are, then I'm going to do what I can to make sure that I don't die." With Hit responding, "I can already see that your relaxed and trusting nature as a person is what will ultimately be your greatest weakness. But if you insist then," to which upon Hit now being shown completely vanishing, that was when Piccolo went on to chime in, "Oh great, he's on the move. No, I hope that for your sake you've kept up with your training, even if it's for a little bit, Gohan." But then, it was only now from out of nowhere, as soon as Hit was now shown closing on in and punching Gohan right in the face, it was only fairly evident now that this one singular punch was enough to have an effect on Gohan. As Piccolo went on to continue, "I couldn't even see him strike Gohan just now with the way he just moved in there to tag him. It's almost like he was able to increase his speed even while teleporting straight towards Gohan to attack." As Hit went on to then continue, "You didn't even try to defend yourself, let alone react quick enough to see me move right in to strike you. Please tell me that this isn't the peak of your strength, because if it is, then you are already as good as dead. Now how will you respond?" With Gohan chiming in, You didn't even let me finish, let alone give me a moment to use the power that I was talking about against you. Ow. And that one really hurt too. Oh, got me all teary-eyed over here with that one. Oh, but this isn't the power that I was talking about that I wanted to show you." With Hit responding, "Well then that's your fault for not being on guard while assuming that I just wait for you to finish. But if this isn't your best, then I will give you one chance to draw this power out, and that's it. So now either do what it is that you need to do, or I'm going to finish this." With Gohan being shown wiping his tears and responding, "Yeah, far from it in fact, but alright. Since you're kind enough to give me a chance to show you, then that's exactly what I'm going to do. Though, I'll just want to go and give you the heads up and tell you that I'm really not fully used to using this new power of mine, but I'll be sure to do my best against you. But whatever happens, happens," Gohan says. "Someone as sharp and skilled as you in the areas that matter the most is just the perfect fit for me to learn more about myself and my potential. And if I want to be the best and do the most that I can to protect my family, then I must be ready to face anyone and anything if I want to keep them safe." To which upon Gohan now being shown having flashbacks of both Pan and Videl, it was only just when Gohan was from that point shown closing his eyes where Gohan then went on to say to himself, "I could never let anything ever happen to the people that I love and the family that I cherish, even if it means having to sacrifice my own life to do it. They're counting on me," Gohan then went on to quickly say. "They need me." In which upon that very moment, as Gohan was shown having to explode with absolute rage and powering up, it was only now within that very moment, as Hit was shown having to shield his eyes from the force and wind that was blowing in his face, where Hit went on to then respond, "What an unbelievably amazing battle power. How is this Saiyan able to acquire a power like this and have it continue to climb higher and higher the more energy that he has shown exerting? This was nothing like I've seen his father use against me in battle before, nor was it anything that I've seen during the Tournament of Power." To which upon Gohan continuing being shown having to power up, that was when Piccolo went on to chime in, "Amazing, Gohan. Your power is just as deadly as I remembered it being, but the question now is, were you able to hone this power and hone it the right way? No, against an assassin of this caliber, you'd be foolish to leave anything lying around on the table upon fighting someone like this, so for your sake, I do hope that you are ready for everything and anything that he uses against you. Yes, these Saiyans, whether they come from the 6th or the 7th," Hit went on to continue, "are nothing short of remarkable, but I'm not here to make friends. So let's just see what comes from this." To which upon Gohan now being shown finally completing his transformation, this was now in fact the first time that Beast Gohan was indeed introduced to Hit, as Gohan went on to chime in, "There we are now. Sorry to keep you waiting, but I never really had the chance to go and practice this one on my free time. But what you see standing before you isn't anything like you've seen be drawn forward in battle by any other Saiyan," Gohan continues. "I've awakened the sleeping beast within me to make sure that I give you my absolute best. And trust me, this isn't just going to be some kind of a hair change either. This, what you see, is my all and the peak of my true power. So are you ready to finally see me use it, assassin?" What a very unusual transformation, Hit went on to respond. "I've never seen any of the other Saiyans go as far as to use this form before. His energy is massive. Well, at least now I can see that you aren't like I remembered you being during the Tournament of Power," Hit continues. "I'd be lying to say that I am completely surprised here, but I guess it's just within your nature as a Saiyan to continue to evolve like this. I can now see what it means when they say that you Saiyans truly have no end. Well, now that the introductions are all out of the way, what do you say that we continue where we left off and see where this goes between us, assassin? I know you aren't here to eat sandwiches and tell camp stories, so I'll go ahead then and allow you to go and make the next move again. Only this time around, I think we both know that you aren't going to be so lucky as to get a hit on me like that again. So you ready? And don't worry about hurting me either, because I promise you that you won't. So I'm ready now," with Hit responding, "I don't know what it is about you Saiyans here from the 7th that are always putting yourself in danger, but the outcome between us based on what I saw will likely and always remain the same. But I'm open for you to try and change my mind if you think you have what it takes. Now don't blink," Hit says. In which upon Hit now being shown having to teleport by using his speed once again, that was when Piccolo went on to chime in, "Aw, damn it, it's just as I feared. With the way Hit seems to be moving, he's much faster than he was when we last saw him, which means he's much stronger now too. Oh, and if Gohan isn't careful, then he could end up just like Goku did when he last came here." But then, it was just when Hit was attempting to strike Gohan yet again just as he did, where from out of nowhere now, this was when Beast Gohan was shown grabbing onto one of Hit's punches, as Beast Gohan went on to respond, "I don't think I stuttered when I said that the outcome wasn't going to be as it just was before I transformed, assassin. Well, it looks like I might have taken you for granted there a bit," Hit went on to respond. "But how are you able to see me close in on you like that without even going as far as to move a muscle just now? I was sure that by increasing my speed even more that you would have likely been tagged again, but it looks like that level of speed isn't going to cut it anymore," with Beast Gohan responding, "Well, I'm glad you understand now, because it clearly isn't. And so if that's the limit of the way you move, then you're going to have a very tough time putting me away, and you know it now that you see what you'll be going up against, Hit. So now what? You want to try that again, or what?" With Hit responding, "You know that the moment I break free that I'm not going to stop, so you tell me then on what it is that you want to do, Saiyan, because that was far from my true speed," as Gohan surprisingly then went on to let go by responding, "I figured it wasn't, so now show me then," with Piccolo chiming in, "Wait, no, what is Gohan doing? Why is he letting Hit go and offering him another chance for Hit to attack him. I see, Hit went on to then comment, I should have known that a simple approach wasn't going to hold enough weight against someone like you in the long run, but now I understand what it is that I will need to do to drop you, and it will have to be as it was against your father, Hit continues. And just as it nearly was against Jiren, I will do what I must and use every tactic in my playbook in order to finish the mission. It's nothing personal, so I'm glad I get to take you out while you're at your best, because anything less would have been a complete failure to me. You've never experienced my time skipping before, and so try not to be too overwhelmed the moment I lock you within it, kid. In which upon the very moment Hit was now shown having to make his move, that was when Piccolo went on to chime in, oh, I don't like this one bit. Now, unless Gohan was too busy studying his Super Saiyan bugs and playing hide and seek with Pan, then he shouldn't find himself having any sort of trouble against this guy, but you can never truly be sure of it until it's finally over, in which upon Hit now being shown attempting to strike Gohan, with Gohan being shown dodging each and every single one of Hit's attacks, that was when Piccolo went on to then continue, well, whatever Gohan's plan is here, I sure do hope that he finds a way to keep his head screwed on straight. Between them both, it's fairly obvious that Gohan is much stronger and assuming to be much faster than Hit, but when it comes down to technique and deadly precision, then I think he has Gohan beat in those departments. You're definitely really good, that much I can say, Beast Gohan went on to address Hit by telling him, however, you left yourself wide open for me to strike, in which upon Gohan now shown doing exactly that, it was only just upon with Beast Gohan being shown uppercutting Hit in the stomach before punching him in the face, where Gohan then went on to continue, and I was really hoping that you'd use your time skipping technique against me, but I guess it's already a little too late for that now, huh? To where upon Hit now being shown having to be driven back by Gohan's attack, that was when Piccolo went on to continue, well, I'm glad to see he's at least still as sharp as he was with how he was able to time his enemy's reaction speed. His awareness is still good, but I'm hoping that his overconfidence doesn't get the better of him by going straight to his head. Oh, remember not to get ahead of yourself down there until you know that it's over, Gohan! Yeah, I'm already well aware of that, Piccolo. I'm not gonna let myself be blinded by my overconfidence against an enemy again, Gohan went on to respond. And I know that this is far from over, and I also know that he couldn't have been defeated by an attack like that. So now, where is he? From what I remember, Hit usually targets his opponent's vital points in order to take them out for good. And well, he hasn't really tried that with me yet from what I can tell. Oh, which means that he's waiting for something. Well, better not wait to find out then. Hey, come on out of there, Beast Gohan went on to shout. I know you aren't dead, so get on out of there or I'll have to blast you out myself. So what's it going to be? But then, it was only just as Gohan was beginning to now detect something where Gohan went on to say to himself, wait, hold on, I sense movement echoing from all around me now. Damn, what's he trying to do that I can't see? But then, it was only from out of nowhere now behind Gohan, where Gohan had gone as far as to quickly notice Hit making his way towards him, as Gohan went on to respond, oh, I knew it, but how did he get behind me so fast without him being detected? No, sneak attacks like that won't work against me, Gohan shouts, in which the very moment Gohan was now shown having to attempt to strike Hit with his entire arm now being shown going through him, it had only now become painfully evident that something very unusual was going on here, as Piccolo went on to chime in, hold on a second, his energy seems extremely faint. Wait a minute. Oh no, Gohan, that's not the real Hit! Wait, that's not the real Hit, Gohan went on to ask, but then if this is just a clone, then oh no! In which seconds later with Beast Gohan now being shown having to be trapped within Hit's time cage, that was when Hit went on to make his announcement to Gohan by responding, your anger clouds your judgments, Gohan. Your beastly nature may be fearsome, but it blinds you to the subtleties of a battle, Hit continues. And because this anger you harbor is what limits you, I will exploit every weakness that I can find and leave you defeated when it's all over. And since I only ever had the chance to use this on Jiren and not your father when I did, allow me to introduce you to my time cage, to which as soon as the real Hit was now shown having to emerge, there was seemingly absolutely nothing now that Beast Gohan could have done to free himself, as Hit went on to continue his approach towards Gohan by responding, you are now trapped within my realm, Gohan. Time is my domain and you are now at my mercy. Every tick on the clock brings you closer to your demise, so accept the inevitability of your defeat because you are not breaking out of this bind so easily. In this temporal prison, you will remain frozen in place attacks while I remain unhindered and free to attack you whenever I choose. Your attacks are strong, very strong in fact, but I can also sense you holding back against me, and I can only assume that to be the case since I felt your body tense up the moment you went ahead and struck me when you did. I know you aren't going to be easy to kill, that much is clear to me now, Hit continues, but no one is unbeatable. I can feel you struggling to try and break free from within, but the harder you resist, the longer you will remain within. The time cage is an inescapable prison, and since you aren't known to what it can do, it will only benefit me in the long run, kid. You fell for my clone, but this is not a clone. Now stay right there. In which upon Hit now being shown having to unleash a barrage of punches while Beast Gohan was frozen in place, it was only from that point where Hit went on to then continue, now do yourself a favor and stay down. To which upon that very moment, as Hit was now shown having to strike Beast Gohan directly in the heart, that was when Piccolo went on to chime in. No, I don't like this at all. Oh damn, Gohan can't move while he's trapped within his time cage like this. And without his ability to make a difference in this battle by fighting back, he's going to take advantage of the situation between them and really hurt him. Oh, Gohan, break out of this time loop now! But even to that, it was already too late, because with Hit now being shown having to turn his back to Gohan and being shown snapping his fingers, it was just upon with the time cage now being shown coming down around Gohan where Hit went on to continue. This battle is over. You shouldn't have hired me to come all this way for the sake of simply wanting to train, Hit says. And for that, you will unfortunately pay the price of it. To which with even Gohan now wondering as to what the heck was going on, that was when Hit went on to then continue. I want you to know that this was nothing personal in the end, kid. To where from out of nowhere, the second we then see how Gohan's chest was now beginning to cave in on itself, that was when Gohan went on to collapse on down to his knees by responding, My heart, what did you do to me? Not only did I trap you within my time cage in order to keep you in place without having the chance to fight back, but I also made sure to hit you where I know that you'd feel it the most. There's no point in trying to fight it now, Gohan. You'll be dead in a matter of moments, Hit continues. Precision is the true path to victory, Gohan. Your instinct to use your anger against me as a weapon is no match for my calculated techniques, and although I will admit that yes, you may in fact be much stronger than me given what I just saw, raw power can only take you so far in a battle against someone who is on a far different level than simply having to rely on power as an outlet to win, kid. Your unwavering determination is both commendable and an inspiration to warriors such as myself, and for that, you have my utmost respect, as it was an honor to face such a formidable opponent as yourself. But sadly enough, this is where your journey meets its end. You have to stand back up and fight, Gohan, Piccolo went on to shout. Get up right now and fight! Is this how you truly want all of this to come to an end? Even if this was the first time that you've experienced his time skipping, you are stronger than that. You are much stronger than him, so don't you dare give out on me now and fight through the pain. Use this jarring shock as a means of overcoming his attacks, Gohan. You got me. You really got me good. I haven't felt pain like this in my entire life, and I'm honestly shocked. I didn't expect for this to happen the way it just did, but not only am I shocked by the effectiveness of your time-skipping techniques, Gohan continues, but I'm also surprised at myself here as well. Surprised by how powerful I am compared to you. What did you just say? Hit went on to stop by turning around, but then it was only just as Hit was now being shown having to fully turn around where Gohan had gone as far as to now charge up for the Kamehameha, to which shockingly enough, as Gohan was now being shown having to stand back up on his own 2 feet by charging up for this attack, where Gohan then went on to respond, oh, you didn't think that this was over now, did you? Surviving your assassination attempts was only just the beginning, Hit. Your assassination techniques, though extremely deadly, will not work on someone as determined as me. And so it's my turn to show you a little bit of what I can do, with the shocked Hit responding, wait, but how? No other warrior outside of Jiren was strong enough to endure an attack like that. Also, how are you able to still stand back up and raise your power this much without dying? But it was already too late, because with Beast Gohan now shown firing off a gigantic Kamehameha, with Hit now being shown extending his arms out in hopes of blocking it, with hardly any other option left but to now be faced with Gohan's Kamehameha, that was when Hit went on to respond, "Fine, I know now what I have to do, and I will not relinquish my position against you no matter what happens. And so you will not change what is destined to happen." To which, upon Gohan's Kamehameha now being shown having to connect in the distance, that was when Piccolo went on to respond, "Amazing. Gohan's body was not only strong enough to withstand a fatal blow to his heart the way it did, but he also didn't drop out and lose any of the power that he's been hiding either. As I'm sure by now that it is safe to say that this battle between them is over." To which indeed, as this was now to be the case, because through the smoke, as we now see how Hit was still standing on his own 2 feet, that was when Hit went on to respond, "In all my battles, I've rarely ever encountered such ferocity and aggression to come from my opponent since the days when I battled both your father and Jiren. You've pushed me to my limits, which was something that I had not expected for you to do, and for that, I commend both your tenacity and the primal strength that you possess, Gohan. And through this, I can also sense that you were holding back on me as well, which means you weren't out to simply kill me as you could have done just now without having to bat an eye if you wanted, and so now that I can see that, I will openly admit my defeat," Hit continues. "And it's clear that I was outmatched in this battle, especially while using this beast form of yours. You've tapped into a strength that I've never seen be used before by any enemy of mine, and it is truly a remarkable one to say the least, Gohan. You've shown me that there is much more to the meaning of true strength than what I see on the surface, and your determination is admirable to say the least. And even though I may have failed to eliminate you," Hit continues, "I will not forget this battle, for I'll be better prepared the next time I see you, Saiyan. It's rare for me to admit defeat, but you've proven yourself worthy, and I will be back for you again one day. And I will train even harder and surpass my limits for our next encounter, for the taste of defeat only fuels my determination to make sure that I never fall short and lose to you like this again. And I welcome your return anytime you wish for us to go and do this again, assassin. But you are going to have to train a lot harder than you think you'd need to if you ever hope to reach my level of power and beat me," Gohan says. "But I'll be waiting for you whenever that time comes, so let this be a reminder of that," with Hit responding, "Wait, but how did you just get behind me that fast when I was just looking right at you? Wow, what an incredible display of speed and power. And to think that you were holding out even more here against me is just insane, but now I understand. And now that I understand what I need to do, I will leave this up for you to decide on what it is that you want to do here. For I will leave that up for you to choose," as with Beast Gohan then responding, "Well, I'm not going to kill you, but this battle between us is over as you just said, and if you plan on coming back to fight me again, then I do hope that for your sake you come back even stronger so that we can finish what was already started here, assassin. Oh, you can rest assured that I will be back for you even stronger than ever," Hit responds, with Piccolo responding, "Well, I'm glad that he was able to take this matter serious and survive. He had me worried out there for a moment, but I'm glad it's over," Piccolo continues. It didn't take long for Gohan to understand what Hit was trying to do, but if anything, Hit did have a point when he mentioned technique trumping power in some cases, and perhaps maybe Gohan can learn from Hit over time and maybe even adapt a variation of the time skip for himself if he's able to learn it. To which seconds later, as soon as Gohan was now shown reverting back down to his base form and reaching on down into his pocket, where Hit went on to continue, "That form of yours is unlike anything that I've seen the other Saiyans use in battle, and for what it's worth, I'd even dare say that it's the strongest form that I've seen yet," with Gohan responding, "Well, be that as it may, you're no pushover yourself either, Hit. I mean, because your time skipping abilities are off the charts impressive, but here, I made sure to grab one of these before I came here just in case I needed to use it during the course of our battle, and so I want you here to take it instead. It's a sensu bean. Here, take it. It'll help restore all of the damage that was caused during our battle, so that way you can feel as good as new again," Gohan continues. "And I figured that it would be best for you to take this instead, especially after after taking my Kamehameha the way you just did. To which upon Hit now being shown having to take the Senzu Bean, that was when Gohan went on to continue. Now I'll be honest, Hit, if I didn't decide to use my beast form against you, then I'm pretty sure that one of those techniques of yours would have done me in for good. Hold on a minute, Hit went on to quickly interrupt. I'm sensing 3 energy signatures arriving. To which, unbeknownst to Hit, Gohan, and Piccolo, that was when from out of nowhere Goku had gone as far as to use instant transmission, and now being shown bringing alongside both Vegeta and Broly with him, as Goku went on to respond, "Hey everyone, sorry we're a bit late, but did we miss it? Oh, there you are, Gohan. I knew I sensed your beast. Whoa, hey, it's you, Hit. Wait, but this isn't Universe 6, so what the heck are you doing all the way out here?" With Vegeta responding, "Oh, I see now. Well, isn't it obvious by now, you idiot? The reason why you likely felt Gohan's power was because he was more than likely in a battle with Hit. Bro, that would explain on why he had to go as far as to use that power to begin with." Hey, whoa, Gohan, is that true? Goku went on to ask. Were you in the middle of fighting Hit this entire time? Whoa, that's so awesome. Oh man, but I can't believe that we missed it. Man, if we only would have known sooner, then we would have already been here to join in and watch you guys brawl. With Hit responding, "It's been a very long time, son Goku, as it was with you as well, Vegeta. And who's the big guy next to you? I haven't seen him around the two of you before. And from what it looks like, he appears to be that of a Saiyan as well, isn't he?" With Goku responding, "Oh, right, well, this here is Broly, and, well, he's a long-lost Saiyan that we found and battled here on Earth a while back, too. And so to make a very long story short, he might be stronger than both me and Vegeta when he loses his mind and goes berserk." With Vegeta cutting in, "Oh, please, speak for yourself, Kakarot. I'd never allow for someone like Broly to surpass me, not by a long shot." "Oh, is that so?" Hit responds. "You're a lot bigger than the rest of your friends here, Broly. Kind of goes as far as to remind me of Kale a little bit, actually." With Broly asking, "Kale? What's a Kale?" With Goku chiming in, "Oh yeah, that's right, he kind of does. But only when she's crazy too, you know? Hey, maybe we can get those Planet Sadala Saiyans to come and train with us sometime, right? It'll be really fun, especially to see what it would be like to have Broly against Kefla too." "Well, I'm glad that it's all over in the end," Piccolo went on to quickly respond. "And I don't know what that kid was thinking about when he decided to do this, but he sure as hell could learn a few things from that assassin if they trained a bit more. And, well, now that Goku and the rest of the gang are all here, I guess things are about to get a little messy around here, because I can already see it coming from a mile away. And I'm glad that people like him will never change, as it was only right then and there now during that moment where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of Gohan's ultimate training session against the assassin Hit manga chapter one-off special then comes to a close. Now you can make no mistake about the fact that this was actually one of my personal highlights, in hoping to at some point had the opportunity to witness Hit battle other characters outside of Jiren and Goku during the events of not only the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 battle, but also the Tournament of Power as well. To which, down in the comment section below, what I would like to know from you guys is, let's just say if Hit were to be brought back into action right now, then how powerful do you guys believe Hit would actually be by comparison to our current heroes right now? And more or less, if we did see some kind of a training session involving Hit, then which of the following characters involving Piccolo, Gohan, Broly, Goku, and Vegeta do you believe would be best suited to be Hit's training partner in battle? Because you can only imagine how barbaric each of these fights would be, to which I also want to get your thoughts down in the comment section below on how you guys would personally scale all of these characters by comparison in their present states right now. So again, I do want to thank each and every single one of you guys for watching. Thank you all so very much for your time as well. To where, as always, if you also just so happen to be new to this channel and of course have a love and passion for all things Dragon Ball and anime related, then I do encourage you all to go on over and smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications by clicking on the bell icon, so that way you guys can always be up to date and stay notified whenever a brand new video is posted onto the channel, on top of giving this video a big fat thumbs up by smashing that like button down below. Tune back in for so much more. Thank you all so much for your time, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you down in the comment section below and in the next video. Take it easy, everybody, and have a great day. Peace.
Hello. Did you know that you can stay up to date with the latest Dragon Ball content by simply subscribing to UnrealEntGaming?
Also, don't forget to follow on these social media platforms, you sexy son of a bitch.
Roshi.
Silent Cell. Me and the fans are having a moment. That's right. I know what you want. Extra long, thick Dragon Ball content. Quality reviews with flawless editing. Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You dirty bitch.
Roshi, the fuck?
God damn it, I need them to subscribe, Cell.
And we're demonetized.
Yeah, screw it. Let's cut to the video.